Welcome back to Lost for Words with Lori. It is midnight, and you know what that means, bitches? It's Christmas. So, Merry Christmas. Here in the United States, it's Eastern Standard Time, so it'll be Christmas in about an hour if you're in the Midwest, and a couple hours if you're not, but Merry Christmas anyway, and Merry Christmas in the future to those of you on the other side of the pond and other parts of the world, people that I know and care about who are over there. Merry Christmas to you all. So I thought I would give you my Christmas wishes along with some thoughts and what's going on in my world as of late. I kind of had a Christmas meltdown, I think. It's probably the best way that I can describe it. And yeah, you know when the light bulb goes off and you just kind of go, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. And, you know, lately things have been pretty rough, and you guys have been following along on my journey, and my journey's not over. I've got a long way to go, and lots of things that I want to do and things that I want to accomplish, and I don't know what that path is, and I know what some of it is, and I don't know what others are, but, you know, like I said, I had a meltdown and kind of what people call that come to Jesus moment, which it isn't Jesus, of course, but the light bulb goes off, and you just go, yeah, something needs to change, something's got to give, and you know, that light bulb kind of went off for me, and, you know, I've been preaching to the choir if I don't follow my own advice, and, you know, I've been talking so much about accountability and boundaries and establishing those things and how important that is for people to succeed and to get where they need to be, and I'm accountable for my own words, you know, and I'm a person of deed and action and not just words, and I try to live to be the best version of myself every day, and that's a very real truth, and I live it. I'm not just talking, blowing smoke up your ass every day. I do live it, and accountability is huge for me, and being accountable for what I do, and I'm human, and I make no apologies for that. I've never made an apology for being human. I'm not going to start now. I'm going to make mistakes, and I'll own them, and fuck you to the moon if you don't like it. It's kind of been that way, but you know, I come to a lot of conclusions lately, and those conclusions require a lot of shift in your thinking. And when you're sitting around in your own despair going, what the fuck am I doing, and why do I feel so miserable? You have to go back to realizing what are the things that make you happy and what those goals are. And, you know, Toby and I had started doing the things that he was doing for his hobby because it was a goal and it was a dream, and he wanted to do that, and that was his gig, and I wanted to help him with that, and we dipped our foot in the pool, so to speak, and you know, unfortunately we lost Toby, and Toby's no longer here, and I really need to reevaluate what that means for me, and unwrap that, and you know, I made some great friends, and I have no reason to not be their friends, but you know, I talked a lot about toxic cesspool world and what that means, and why would I go backwards when I need to move forward? And toxic cesspool world is a kiddie playground of sandbox, preschool of a bunch of people who just continue to throw juice boxes and have no desire to sit at the big kids table and eat steak, and I'm too old for that shit. I'm too old for all that garbage, and I'm still watching them all draw lines in the sand and play their little reindeer games, and I just don't want any part of it, and I'm just not, you know. And I've taught people how to establish boundaries and explain to people that if you've got beef, you go to the source, and to stop throwing juice boxes, and they're still doing it, and I've had enough of it, and I'm not playing. So, you know, I took a day, and I'm one of those people, I don't make choices or decisions based on my emotions. So I took a day, and I didn't talk to nobody. I blew everybody off, which, you know, self-care, bitches, boundaries. You don't like it? Deal. And I apologized to everybody for scaring them, because under the circumstances, people were worried that I did something stupid, which was the furthest thing from the truth. I didn't. But I took a day to think about my goals, my priorities, myself, and what I was doing, and I thought, you know, I need to reassess my position in what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and maybe all of you can do the same thing and realize what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. And if you're passionate about your dreams and your goals, go for it. But everybody's sitting around dictating each other's popularity and their validity based on what they're competing for. And I don't want any part of that. I never wanted that. I don't need that. I don't have an ego to fulfill there. And so I made some decisions, and that required that I would continue forward with my goals on my platform, which is here, to do the good things that I want to do, and that is to talk with all of you and hear the sound of my own voice, and work on the projects that I've had going with the people that are as inspired by those projects as I am. But they have nothing to do with the culture that I was immersed in with Toby, because that's not my world, and I don't belong there. But my friends can be my friends, and I can encourage them to be the best versions of themselves, without all that negativity, without all of that playground juice box throwing, because you guys all know that the people who are participating, they'll continue, and it isn't going to stop, and they'll find a new way, and they'll create more drama and chaos, and I don't have time for that. I would like to tie up as many loose ends as I can, and if you did me wrong, you have to live with that. I can't fix that. I can't sit around and watch you eat yourselves alive. I don't give two fucks anyway. You know what you did, and you have to live with it. It isn't my responsibility to warn anybody else how to be adults and stay out of your fucking lane. Do you. You want to go around the rest of your lives being toxic, then why is that my problem? It isn't. And the day that you left my world is just a better day for me, and I just need to accept that. So fuck it, what I have really no point in it, and I've forgiven myself for allowing these people to take up space in my world for as long as they have, because it no longer serves me. And I'm going to go back to where I feel good about myself, in the culture where I belong, where I fit in, where people don't care about their place in the totem pole, and where we all just get along because we love each other and encourage each other to be the best versions of ourselves. And if anybody wants to come along, that's great. But if they don't, that's okay too. You guys can continue to fight in the sandbox, and while I try to heal and reinvent myself, because I can do whatever I want now, and I'm sitting at the bottom of the sandbox shaking my head going, okay, this isn't my world and I don't belong there, so I don't understand why I'm still there. And that's a real realization that obviously if I'm being persecuted there and people are fighting, they must think I'm a big deal to want to include me, so I'm just going to leave. There's really no point in it. I mean, they don't want me there, so why should I even bother? It's I'm not good enough for them in their eyes, so I'm not losing out on anything. I'll just go find my own playground and I'll go hang out somewhere else. But I didn't create the drama that they did. But, I can guarantee it isn't going to disappear just because I do. Regardless of the kumbaya everybody's claiming they want to play and sing. I've given you the tools to stand up for yourselves and the boundaries that people need to establish. Not just there, but in your real first world with people you care about, the people you love. Is don't be afraid to be human. Say what you think and what you feel, and do it in the right way. And learn how to resolve conflicts like mature people, not like sheep. Not by, I heard this about you and that about you, and now I have to go fight everybody else's war. Stand on your own 2 feet and learn to love each other and treat each other with the respect that you all deserve. Because I don't care if you were told your whole life that you were never going to amount to anything. I disagree. I've met some amazing people who have worked really hard and they're amounting to something. But they don't need other people to come and tear them down because they're jealous or because they don't know how to treat people. And none of us do. But I feel like I'm standing in the middle of a playground of people who all they care about is whose dad is bigger than each other's and who has more subs and who has more clout. And I just don't care about any of that. We never did. Toby and I didn't have that dream, that vision. And it just seems like, why is everybody fighting? It's just pointless. So I'm sure it'll make a lot of people happy who don't like me very much, but at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself why. I was never a threat to anyone. I never caused any problems for anyone. It seemed like everybody seemed to have such a big problem with me. And I didn't do anything to anyone, but okay. If I have to be the bad guy and take the fall for it, then so be it. But nobody ever came to me and said, hey, you did this and you owe me an apology, because then I could have at least had an opportunity to know what I did wrong and apologize for it. So, but you guys all know where to find me. You know where my door is. So if you ever want to have that conversation, please, by all means. But I heard a lot of excuses and a lot of people say, well, I tried to call. No, you didn't. Because my door is always open. But, like I said, I'm tying up loose ends in the next few days, and by the new year, those of you who really don't like me very much, you won't see me anymore. You won't see me around. Not that you saw me anyway, because I wasn't really a part of your world, but you won't see me hanging around anybody else that you don't like much either, and I won't be a threat to you for whatever reason. And that'll make a lot of you very happy, and that'll be great. And then if you come to choose to come to adult world where I'm doing my thing, then that's on you. But if you cause problems there for me, I'm just gonna bounce you and ignore you, because I really have no interest in playing. So you do you, boo. And I'm accountable for my stuff, and I'll take care of my business, and you guys can just go along and do your thing. And I wish all of you the best of luck. I hope you find what you're searching for. I mean, my end in that is Toby found what he was searching for. He's there. And he's here watching over me. And he's advising me to just walk away. Because I can guarantee you, if he were still alive and we were doing this, he would have walked away already. And he wouldn't want to be involved in this. This isn't what he signed up for. He signed up for fun and answers and not toxic cesspool world. He would have deleted that account a long time ago. He doesn't want to play games. I don't want to play games. He got tired of hearing bad things about people that he liked, and he refused to do it. He didn't talk bad about anybody, so I'm getting tired of it. I don't want to hear bad about people anymore. I want to encourage good about people and empower them to do well and to heal. There's so much pain and anger and grief in the world right now that I want to fix that. I want to heal that. I don't want to sit in it anymore, because it really sucks to be sitting alone in your living room on Christmas and be angry. So I've learned a lot about forgiveness, and I've learned a lot about accountability in my 50 years on this planet, and I want to share that with people. And it seems the more that I do share it with people, the more people are understanding, and they're getting it, and they're navigating the path easier, and they're feeling better, and they're validating themselves from within, and not by what all these people running around storing up hornets' nests are worried about. And that's all I care about. I want to see people smile and succeed. And the more I get dragged into other people's bullshit, the less that I feel that I'm succeeding. And so it's time. But I appreciate everyone listening. As always, I will try to figure out a good schedule. I'll be working on some projects. I'll take my time for me as I need it. That's the boundary I have established, the expectation. Something I preach to the choir, but live. And it's getting easier as I practice that and I tell people that I need time for me. And people are responding in kind. And we all meet in the middle on common ground where it's safe and where it feels good. And we're all encouraging each other to be the best versions of ourselves every day. But until then, I will see you guys all here. Make sure to wash your motherfucking hands and be a good human. And I'll see y'all next time. Love y'all.